Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and today we're gonna do the Game Week 35 team selection video. So it's been a while since I've recorded a video, and that's because usually I have a video released quite early on in the week. So this week I actually had a Wildcard 35 video planned to be released quite early, maybe Monday or Tuesday, but the reason I couldn't record that video is because we were all waiting for the announcement of the Wolves versus Manchester City game, whether it would fall into double game week 36 or double game week 37, right? So now we know that it is falling in double game week 36. I will cover that later, but because of that, now I can craft the wildcard drafts that I actually wanted to. So the content in that video is gonna be in this video as well, and then of course we're gonna go through my game week 34 review and also the team selection for game week 35, right? So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. If you do enjoy it, please help me out and leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and let's get on with the content. So the first thing I want to cover is the double game week 36 and double game week 37 fixtures, right? So now that Manchester City and Wolves are playing in game week 36, that gives them both a double, right? So bringing the total number of teams in game week 36 that double to 12, right? And in game week 37, there will be 5 teams that double and Manchester United would blank, right? So if we take a look, the teams in blue, I've highlighted them because they have consecutive double game weeks, right? Game week 36, they have a double game week, and game week 37, they also have a double game week. And then the teams in green, I've highlighted them in green because they have pretty decent double game week fixtures, right? If you take a look, Chelsea have Wolves and Leeds, Watford have Crystal Palace, Everton, Manchester City, Newcastle and Wolves. So in essence, teams in green are basically the fixtures or the teams that we want to target, right? And then if you take a look, the teams in red, on the other hand, are teams that have a pretty bad double game week, right? So in game week 36, Leeds, Tottenham and Wolves are pretty much all teams I would say we want to stay away from, right? And then in game week 37, on top of the teams that have consecutive doubles, Crystal Palace and Burnley also have a double there, and then Manchester United blank, right? So now that we know the confirmed double game week 36 and double game week 37 fixtures, we can start to craft our wildcard drafts, and also later on I can start to plan my transfer moves because I intend to bench boost in game week 36, right? So I will have to set my team up for a bench boost in game week 36 that will take advantage of all these fixtures. So now we are going to start crafting the first wildcard draft that I have for you guys, and basically this wildcard draft would be for the strategy of a bench boost in game week 36, and that's it, right? With no free hit in 37 or 38, right? So basically, if you want to set up for a bench boost in 36, you still do have to consider the double game week fixtures in 37, and also whether the teams have good game week 35 and game week 38 fixtures, right? So all this is captured in this graphic, and basically if you take a look, Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea top of the list. Leicester, Aston Villa and Everton are also teams that you can't ignore because they have consecutive doubles, and also Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Tottenham and Watford are also reasonable considerations for the wildcard in game week 35, right? This is based on your strategy of a wildcard 35 and a bench boost 36. Right, so with this in mind, let's take a look at the first draft that I have for you guys to bench boost in 36. So on the screen right now is the wildcard draft that I think would really suit a strategy of a bench boost in game week 36 with no free hits left whatsoever, right? So if we take a look, there's Schmeichel and Foster. I think these two keepers are probably the ones you want to go for, simply because they both double in 36, and also Schmeichel has a double in 37, right? And then if you take a look at the back line, Trent, Cancelo, Robertson, Medicash and Alonso, they all double in 36 as well, right? So sets you up pretty nicely for the bench boost in 36, and also Medicash has a double in 37 as well, right? And then if you take a look, Foden, De Bruyne and Salah in midfield, as well as Dewsbury Hall and Gordon on the bench, right? So those make up our 5 midfielders. So I would say that going for 2 City attackers is a pretty strong strategy for a bench boost in 36 because City are really on hot form right now, right? And De Bruyne especially, right? So Foden is also one of the attackers that I feel have pretty good value at 7.8 mil, right? And then if you take a look, Salah is someone we have to have, right? And then Dewsbury Hall and Gordon, they are there because both of them are from teams that have double game weeks in 36 and 37, right? So they are players that we can keep for both 36 and 37. And then if you take a look up front, we have Nketiah, Watkins, and also we have Timo Pukki, right? So basically, all three of these players double in Game Week 36, so nothing to worry about there. But at the same time, Watkins also has a double in 36. A double in 37, right? And then if you take a look at Nketiah as well, he is playing West Ham in Game Week 35, which I think is a very good fixture for him because West Ham currently don't have a lot of first team defenders right now, right? Dawson just got a red card in the previous game. So basically Nketiah will be playing against a very weakened West Ham side, so I pretty much like him for the Game Week 35 fixture as well as the double in 36, right? So if you take a look on the whole, this team, if you bring this team in for your wildcard in 35, you get a full team of doublers in 36, right? And then if you take a look, there are some players who double in 37 as well, right? So there's Schmeichel, there's Matty Cash, there's Watkins, there's Dewsbury Hall, and Gordon, right? So that sets you up with 5 double game week players in 37, and with 1 or 2 transfers, if you want to take a hit as well, you can, to bring those 5 double game week players in 37 up to maybe 7 or 8 double game week players in 37, right? So I think this is a very strong all-round draft for those of you who are wildcarding this week. For this part of the video, we're going to take a look at those of you guys who are wildcarding in Game Week 35, and not only are you bench boosting in Game Week 36, but you are also intending to free hit in Game Week 37, right? So this is really golden right now, right? You have your wildcard chip, bench boost, and free hit, all 3 chips still available to you at this point in time, right? So really exciting for you. So it's about how to maximize the chips at this point in time. So I would say that wildcarding in Game Week 35 with a bench boost in 36 and a free hit in 37, all you need to consider really is the double Game Week 36 fixtures, which I've ranked for you right here in this graphic, and also whether the Game Week 35 and 38 fixtures are reasonable enough for you to hold on to these players, right? So if you take a look, I've kind of reshuffled this graphic according to how good a double game week these teams have, right? So if you take a look, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea still up there, right? And then we have Leicester, Arsenal, Everton, and further down we have Norwich, Watford, Villa, and Tottenham, right? There are some teams who are not in this list, of course, because I've already said I don't think we need to consider them. So teams like Wolves and Leeds, who have really terrible double game week 36 fixtures, are out of this list. So if you take a look, still the same, right? Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea should pretty much still make the bulk of our teams. But what we can do with a strategy like this is basically focus on the double game week 36 fixtures, maximize our points from there, and then we can free hit the teams who have a double game week in 37 into our free hit draft in 37, right? So you're pretty much in a dream situation, and it's more about how to maximize the potential of your 36 team. So what I've done in this draft is basically take advantage of the full double game week 36 fixtures, right? To really maximize your bench boost in 36, right? So I've kind of excluded Aston Villa players because if you take a look at the double game week 36, they play Burnley away and they also play Liverpool, right? So Burnley is a team that has been coming up in form, especially when they're at home. And also if you take a look, Liverpool, pretty much a single game week for Aston Villa if you think about it, right? So that's why I do think that if you're free hitting in 37, you can do without Aston Villa assets. So I've removed them from this team and basically replaced them with good players who double in 36. Right, so if you take a look, Schmeichel and Foster remain the same. Backline, we now have Trent, Cancelo, Robertson, Laporte, and Alonso. All of them double in Game Week 36, and also pretty much from the stronger defenses in the league, right? Double City, double Liverpool, and also one Chelsea defender in Alonso, right? And then if you take a look in midfield, we have Maddison, Saka, De Bruyne, Salah, and Gordon, who's on the bench, right? So De Bruyne and Salah, they were in the previous draft as well, right? But for Maddison, Saka, and Gordon, Maddison and Saka, I've included them because I really do think like Arsenal and Leicester are in for some returns, right? There is some risk with Saka. We do not know whether he will be back in time. If he isn't, we can do an Odegaard or maybe a Martinelli, but that may be a bit of a risk, Martinelli. So I would say maybe Smith Rowe is a reasonable consideration for a replacement of Saka as well. And then if you take a look, Maddison, also a risk because he is involved in Europe right now. But I do think like the fixtures that they have in 36 are really good. So even if he only plays maybe 120 minutes out of 180, I do think he could get some returns there. And then if you take a look up front, there's Nketiah, still remains in this draft, and also we have Timo Pukki, and then we have Dennis, right? So Timo Pukki and Dennis, they both double in 36, and also they are pretty cheap, right? So and they do enable our team to have a more value in the midfield, where we have De Bruyne and Salah, two premiums there. We also have a Madison, right? So these two enablers really help us to boost the value of the all-round team, right? So if you take a look, this whole draft, I would say, is a pretty strong team for a bench boost in 36. It's not very well set up for 37 because it doesn't have a lot of Villa players, any Crystal Palace players, and it only has a number of Leicester players, right? So really, you are in trouble. But because this strategy involves a free hit in 37, you're not in trouble, because in 37, all you need to do is craft a free hit team that includes all these players who double, and then you'll be pretty much covered for the double gaming fixtures there, right? So really a dream situation. If you still have all your chips, I think this draft could really maximize the points for you quite well, right? So hopefully this draft is useful for those of you on this strategy. So lastly, to wrap up this video, I'm going to end it off with my team, how I did in Game Week 34, which is on the screen now, and then later on I will show you guys my Game Week 35 team. Right, so very quickly, I am recording this before Chelsea have played Manchester United as their double Game Week fixture in 34, right? So on the screen right now is my current score. I have 53 points right now. I'm sitting on 53 points. And my overall rank has improved about 10,000 places, right, to 126k in the world. I am actually still aiming for a top 50k rank, so hopefully I can get there with the chips that I intend to use moving forward, right? So in goal, Schmeichel, 8 points, really happy with that. Trent and Van Dijk pretty much got their clean sheets as well, but because Robertson got that goal, that really was a differential for me, and I didn't have him, so that did hurt my rank pretty much. And then if you take a look, the two City defenders didn't get their clean sheets as well, so quite a bummer there. And then James didn't play, right? So for James, Cancelo and Laporte, I would say quite disappointing there, but I do expect James to actually start against Manchester United based on the latest news, so let's see how that goes. And then in midfield, Saka really was the one for me, right? He did really well that game week. He got a goal and an assist, but he is currently injured, so we do have to take note whether he is fit for the next game or not. I will talk about that in my Game Week 35 team, right? So, but he did get 13 points for me, really happy with that. Salah got an assist, so 6 points for him, right? And then Mount blanked, Havertz also blanked, Pukki also blanked, right? So basically this team, I would say the star performers for me actually were Trent, Van Dijk, Schmeichel, and of course Saka, right? Really saving my rank there. So hopefully I can make a few transfers to kind of get my team ready for my bench boost in 36, right? So let's take a look now at how I'm lining up for Game Week 35. So this is how I'm lining up in Game Week 35, and basically I haven't made any changes, and that's because I intend to roll the transfer this week and actually use 2 transfers in Game Week 36 to maybe bring in a City attacker. I haven't decided who yet, maybe Foden, right? But basically I intend to do a double change in 36 so that I can prepare my team for the bench boost even better, right? Even though now I am sitting on a team with 15 doublers in 36, right? So pretty exciting. I will have to consider who I'm taking out and who I'm bringing in, because I would essentially be bringing in a doubler and taking out a doubler as well, right? So big decisions have to be made, but for Game Week 35, for now, I think looking at this team, it is pretty strong, right? I have 3 Liverpool players, 3 Chelsea players, and 2 City players, all of whom have pretty decent fixtures, right? Liverpool have Newcastle, Chelsea have Everton, and City have Leeds, right? And then of course back in goal I have Schmeichel, plays Tottenham. I can actually consider taking him out and putting Foster in, but I am actually favouring Schmeichel a little bit here, just because Spurs have been struggling in terms of their attack right now. So for now, Schmeichel is in goal for me. And then the 2 players that I haven't mentioned is Saka and Pukki, right? So Saka, he is currently nursing an injury, so I do not know if he would actually start, right? But if he doesn't, I have Dennis on the bench who plays Burnley. I can actually start Dennis ahead of Saka if Saka isn't playing, right? And then if you take a look at Pukki, he plays Villa away. There is actually a case for me to start Dennis ahead of him, but because Pukki's numbers are really good, I am actually kind of siding him to start in my squad for the first 11, but I am considering also bringing Dennis in for Pookie. But for now, this is how my team is actually shaping up. I'm going to captain Salah, of course, and then vice-captain Cancelo. But I could very well choose to captain Cancelo because Leeds, we know, are very poor defensively. So there is a chance that I may swap it around and actually captain Cancelo and vice-captain Salah. But that may be a really big captaincy decision that I go for, because of course a lot of people are going to captain Salah. So if I actually want to boost my rank from 126k up to 50k, then I will have to start taking some risks as well, right? But for now, this is how my team is lining up. Hopefully I will improve my rank, right? I hope this team is good enough for me to improve my rank, maybe break the top 100k, and then we can start aiming for the top 50k in the Bench Boost 36 week, right? But hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If you did enjoy it, please help me out and leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and you do want more FPL content from this channel on your timelines. But for now, that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in another one very soon. Bye bye.